All right, looks like we're almost finished loading the cargo bay. We've got your neutrino mesh stabilizers, grav leap boosters and gloves, sync orbit helmet, and finally, the nanofiber tethers. Whew, that's the last of it. I have to say, I'm not so sure that taking this spaceship rental into orbit in order to save this Caspian Amari is a great idea. Are you really sure that you want to do this? I know you're both psychically linked, but I have to wonder if there's a better way. Maybe I can build some kind of neural inhibitor that blocks the psychic transmission you experience whenever they force him to be their living hyperdrive. I'm not sure how exactly to build an inhibitor like that, but I'm sure I could if I wanted to. I suppose that yes, it could be you up there being tortured because of your kaiju affected blood. It's just strange going to save someone we don't even know. Perhaps I'm just being selfish. I only put my neck on the line for people I really care for, like you. So yes, if you really want to do this, I have your back. I might be new to this whole mission kind of thing, but I know your cybernetic mods like the back of my hand, and I know enough about systems to pilot this ship with a little help from the onboard AI. Let's just try not to trash this ship like we trashed the limo. A Class 2 Valkyrie space freighter is worth way more than just 10 million credits. I just want you to know that you're incredibly brave for doing this. Not many people would have the courage to face this situation the way that you are. If that's all for the equipment you need, I'll go ahead and close the loading dock now. Let's get situated into the cockpit, running virtual AI assistant and our pre-flight checklist. Fuel tanks maximized, gravitronic stabilizers online, coolant tanks operating in the green, shield generators at full capacity. Navigation systems are calibrated and accurate. Life support systems are fully functional. Communication arrays are clear and transmitting. Engine thrusters are tested and responsive. Energy cores are charged and stable. Sensor arrays are online and scanning. Hull integrity is confirmed at 100%. Emergency escape pods are ready and accessible. Cyber defense protocols are activated and secure. The Light Star Seeker cannons are also fully operational. Heaven forbid if we need them. If we do, we'll be in a great deal of trouble. Okay, so that's it for the checklist. Am I nervous? Is it that obvious? I haven't told you before that I've never left Neo-Tokyo. That means I've also never been into space. Why is that so surprising? When I was orphaned, it was pretty difficult for me to handle. I lost myself in the workings of gadgets and machinery. And thinking beyond the planet brings painful memories of my parents. They were both big thinkers, and space was always on their mind. The Light Star gateway that they helped build is a constant reminder of who they were and what they left behind. I should say, who they left behind when they were killed. Even as I explain it, I can't stop my hands from shaking. I don't know why my anxiety is this bad. I guess it's because I feel safe on the ground, in the home I know. But space? The unknown? It's the unknown that took my parents from me. It's the unknown I can't handle. I guess that's why I try to know so much about everything and how it all works. Then I can't be surprised. The more capable I am, the more I can handle. But flying away into space, on a ship I barely know how to handle. Honestly, it's terrifying. No, you won't have to find a different pilot. can handle this. And I might sound like a control freak when I say this, but I don't trust anyone else to do this mission with you. I'm willing to do anything to keep you safe. I know we've only known each other for a short time, but I don't think I could stand it if anything happened to you. Does that sound weird? Maybe a little, I don't know, crazy? I suppose it is just because I care so much. I shouldn't distract us from your mission. The ship is ready for takeoff. Shall we? Okay. Setting course for orbit to rendezvous with the ship that Amari is being held on. Launch thrusters activated. Here we go. Wow, I had no idea it would feel this way. The power inside these engines is immense. They're a pair of Hanako Corp FR-19 light thrusters. They were favorites of the United Earth government's freighters during the Sol Wars a decade ago. They're older models, but resilient. Yes, I'm trying to think of technical things to keep my mind off the anxiety. It's working so far. Now we're rising above the Neo-Tokyo skyline. I've never seen it from so high above before. We've cleared the highest towers. Even at night, I can see the curvature of the earth. It's quite something. Engines now boosting at max. We'll hit the Kármán line exiting Earth's gravity in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anti-gravity emitters activated. And there we go. We're officially in space. And look just above us. That's the Von Braun Orbital Factory, where most Class 3 vessels and above are manufactured. And next to it is none other than my parents' brighter contribution to history, the Light Star Gateway. I've never been so close to it before. I've always known that it's one of the biggest things in our solar system, since we can see it from the surface of the Earth. But now, I can see the true scale of it, next to the other ships flying in orbit. I shouldn't get too distracted, though. I'm bringing up the science vessel holding Amari, called the Hephaestus, on the holographic tracker. There she is, parked in Orbital Shipyard 12. He should still be aboard the ship, though there's no way to tell for sure. You say that you can feel his presence now that we're this close to the ship? That must be such a weird sensation. I've set the ship on autopilot. Are you ready to suit up in the R4 Space Hopper jumpsuit? I'll help you get fitted. I'll attach the Grav Leap boosters to the legs. There we go. Now wrap this around your chest, making sure it's nice and tight, so there's no breakage in the seal. And of course, the Grav Leap gloves will give you finer control over your movement. Their thruster batteries will only last for about 2 minutes, so use them sparingly. This on your belt here is the nanofiber tether. It has a range of about 50 meters, which is the length of a small building. But when navigating space, it's really not very far. Remember to watch your HUD before launching it. And here's your backpack with the rest of the gear you'll need once you're on the hull. I quadruple checked to make sure everything is in there. Now, of course, give me one more kiss before we put your helmet on. This visor has full holographic heads-up display. It'll update your trajectory as you soar across space to the science vessel. And that's it. You're officially ready. I'll monitor your progress and do my part from here. Remember to be safe. I don't know what I'd do with myself if something were to happen to you. All right. Now that you're in the airlock, I'm cycling it. Depressurizing. opening the external door. Your HUD is displaying the angle and thrust you'll need to reach the Hephaestus. When you're ready, first detach your grav boots and then activate their thrusters. I know this is your first time doing this, but trust the computer systems to guide you. I'm now back in the cockpit and reviewing your status. Your suit integrity is stable, and I see you're now moving at 20 meters per second. There's some caution messages coming from the grav systems. I'm not sure what that's about. But otherwise, everything appears to be stable. I'm aiming the transmitter array from our ship towards the Hephaestus, activating the backdoor codes that we retrieved from the Nexus data center, overriding their sensors so they can't detect your presence. System handshake acknowledged. Linking my cyberdeck in case their onboard AI detects me and becomes a problem. But so far, everything looks good. We're undetected, and they're blind to your approach. This is as good a time as any to tell you that I spoke to Rini about what happened at the party. She wasn't happy at all with how we crashed it. She was especially displeased by our fake announcement that Skylar Synthwave and Voss were getting married to each other. I hope I didn't ruin my friendship with her in the process. But it was for a good cause, to help you, so that we can free this Amari fellow. I hope that she understands and forgives me one day. Okay, you're about 5,000 meters from the ship now. I suggest slowing down to, wait, scratch that. Their engines are heating up. I think they're about to leave the space dock. If they fully detach, they'll move out of range within moments. I see you're speeding up. There's really no choice. But you'll have to be careful not to turn yourself into a pancake against their hull, which you certainly will if you don't start slowing down at 200 meters from target. I'm getting a warning. It's your right glove. The thruster is malfunctioning. It looks like a faulty battery. That's one less thruster that you have to deaccelerate with. You're definitely going too fast. Bend your knees forward and point your boot thrusters in the direction of the ship. Give it maximum power. 500 meters from target. 200. 100. Prepare your nano fiber tether. When the HUD blinks green, launch it. 50 meters. Take your shot. Brace for impact. Lower your thruster power and keep maneuvering. You don't want to be near the ship's engines once they ignite. Now that you're tethered to the ship, reel yourself in and navigate to the highlighted section on your HUD on the starboard side of the ship. I'm happy that you're securely attached to the hull. I'm sorry about the malfunction. I made sure the batteries were new and fully charged. I bought them from Nexus Innovations because of my discount. That's the last time that I buy anything from Voss's company. You'll have to find access plating J29. First, place the disruption device on the outer dish. That's our insurance policy. Later, I'll be able to disrupt their communications and engines for a short time, so we can get away. Now, use the laser cutter in your backpack to slice through the hull marked on your display. The area behind it is depressurized, so don't worry about that. But you'll have to move quick again, because we don't know where the ship is planning to go next, or how fast. I just noticed there's a luxury racer in the star dock called the Night Seeker. I'm pretty sure that's Voss's private spaceship. It's probably not a coincidence that it's parked near the Hephaestus. It's possible that the CEO is on board the vessel that you're trying to break into right now. Anyways, I see you've made it into the hull. It's a tight space, but the maintenance airlock is about 18 meters ahead of you. Yes, I see it through your ocular implants now. That's the one. While you depressurize, I have a random question. Do you know how to organize a space party? You plan it. Get it? Plan. It? That's pretty bad, I know. Okay, now you're safely inside the ship's inner hull. Stay within the crawl space and follow the markers on your HUD. They will take you to the hyperdrive bay. Hopefully, Amari will be there right now. If not, we'll worry about that bridge if we come to it. Another question as you make your way. Do you know what kind of music I like to listen to in space? Neptunes. Nep. Tunes. Hee hee. I know, I'm the worst when it comes to puns. I see you're near the hyperdrive bay. Remove the paneling below you, but do so carefully. We don't want anyone to notice you're here. Yes, that's it. I see Amari there, his arms restrained where the null energy conduits synergize with his kaiju inherent powers. And surprise, surprise, that's Voss down there too, talking to the engineering team. Honestly, we should think of them more like prison guards. What they're doing to this Caspian Amari fellow is immoral and unethical. In the data files, he's not even named. He's just an experiment to them. And they'd have done the same thing to you if we hadn't escaped from their strike team. It looks like they're arguing about Amari's health. Apparently, he's been unconscious for a while, and he's not waking up. I guess they pushed him a little too hard, forcing him to act as their living hyperdrive. This next part is going to require the use of all your cybernetic implants and the tricks that they come with. You'll have to shoot the guards and Voss with your stunner. Then detach Amari and bring him to the escape pods down the hall. Once you're launched, I'll swoop by and pick you up. Whenever you're ready. I'm staying a safe distance from the ship, but if I keep following them like this, eventually they might get suspicious. I see you're taking your shots now. Be careful. Whew. That's everyone down. You might as well stun Voss again for good measure. All right. Now access the system I highlighted here. That looks like it'll control Amari's restraints. The man is super pale. This poor person. They've obviously mistreated him. Thankfully, your presence hasn't been detected on the ship. You'll have to carry Amari. Turn left at the corridor here. See those doors 22 meters down the hall? Those are the escape pods. The alarms are blaring, and I'm being hailed. They definitely know that something is wrong. I'm activating our insurance policy now. That'll disrupt their communications and engines for about 3 minutes. Get into the same pod as Amari. Quick. I'm maneuvering into position, so once your pod ejects, you'll fly straight into my tractor beam. Okay. I see you've jettisoned. Positioning myself, and there, I caught you. Reeling your escape pod into the cargo bay. Pod secure. Repressurizing cargo bay. You're safe to get out. I'm getting us a safe distance from the science vessel. By the time they get their systems back online, we'll be long gone. Now let me join you in the cargo bay and see if this Amari fellow is okay. Medical diagnostics says he's physically distressed. It might take a while longer to know how he really is. But this is very peculiar. Both your skin and his skin are glowing. These strange kind of swirls are moving on your faces, almost identically. It must have something to do with the link of your kaiju-affected blood. The ship's autopilot reports that we've entered the Earth's atmosphere again, and there's no sign of anyone following us. If my ID spoofer worked as planned, Voss will have no idea who just boarded his ship and took his prisoner. When we land, I'll have an autodoc take a look at Amari and see if we can help him. That was an awful lot of trouble to help a stranger, but I understand why you wanted to help him. I'm not usually involved with this kind of thing directly. An operation? A mission? How have I been doing so far? That's kind of you to say. I thought my heart might beat from my chest more than a few times. I was really worried about you, but it looks like everything worked out. And once again, I feel like we make a great team. You can count on me, and I know that I can count on you. Whatever comes our way, isn't that what really matters?